There's accusations being thrown around against Biden that he can't put two sentences together. Well, let's see Trump's recent attempt to put just a single sentence together. Take a look.
The country's finished.
In what regard?
I think it's not going to be able to function. I think it's, look at even things like supply chain, things we never even heard about. You never heard that term.
So as a lot of people are noting, not a lot of people have heard the term supply chain because it's not a term. Now, look, a lot of people are jumping on this and saying that Trump's brain is once again running out of his ears like Boba might. And there's a chance that that's what this is. I think it's more likely than in this case, it's just his denture is sort of starting to fall out. He's slurring his words, he's tired or whatever. And so he meant to say supply chains and he said supply change. But the fact that I'm going to extend that olive branch to him does not mean that he gets away from this without some criticism. He is implying that if Joe Biden becomes president, everything will fall apart, the economy won't work. Well, I will remind you that he said this back in 2020, and I don't know, it seems to be working. Like our supply chains are better than they were 4 years ago. The stock market's doing well, wages are nominally up a little bit, unemployment is low, at least from the macroeconomic stats that you type of people tend to talk about, Donald Trump, he seems to be doing okay. So the apocalyptic language doesn't really make sense. But much more importantly, what are you talking about that before the Biden years, we'd never heard about supply chain? You were president during the first year of COVID. It was kind of a big deal. Are you telling us that you literally never heard anyone mention anything about the supply chain as it was breaking down, as people were having trouble finding formula and diapers and toilet paper, and like you literally had never heard that term before? And even before the pandemic, you own an international business that constructs buildings. You've never heard of a supply chain before? How is that possible? So even if you don't think that this is a mental short circuit or brain rot setting in, he definitely comes out of this looking ignorant as hell. Sabrina, what do you think?
I think it's time for these particular grandpas to sit down in the good chair and have a nap. I just let grandpa go to sleep at this point. Regardless of whatever the reason that the both of these guys are mumbling, fumbling their words and their sentences, I think there are other candidates out there who could have been much better, who are more eloquent speakers. Just let them have a nap at this point.
Yeah, look, my last point will be, first of all, we all deserve, I think, a good nap. But I will end with saying, I largely agree with Brett's breakdown of this, that they're both kind of falling apart mentally, but not in the same exact way. That Trump, his thoughts are muddled, his memory is muddled. For Biden, it's his ability to say what he's thinking, I think, that is muddled. But I think for Trump, it's very much like he's confused, he's ignorant. He doesn't know these terms, or he forgot that he knew them, which to me is a bigger problem than a guy who occasionally gets sort of caught up on his words or something, which seems to be the case with Joe Biden. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.